0. Pause. Minus iPhone.
Okay, I had to delete voice memos off the phone completely then because I had done a really good recording, a really good one, and for some reason when I went to resume the recording after a phone call, it stopped working and it just deleted off my recording, so I'm very pissed off about that. I'm very pissed off now about all of that. Oh well, what am I supposed to do about it? Obviously nothing. Anyway, I'll start again, since these things can't be helped, I guess. So I'm making chicken wrap for dinner, because that's all I want is a chicken wrap. I don't really want anything else. So, where do I start? I hope that this recording doesn't get deleted either, because it's going to be a pain in the rear end if people are going to ring me and recordings are going to disappear. It's going to drive me crazy, I think it is. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. So I'm going to cut up what I want and put it in a container, and obviously then I will serve it out on salad, obviously. Right, Jesus, some of these bits of stupid cucumber are too big, and I don't want to get hurt. Oh, fuck me dead. Oh, fucking hell. Some of them are too big and not very evenly cut either. Right. So yeah, I'm very unhappy about a certain situation. Very. I'm not mentioning any names, but I will say that I complained about something which I'm not happy about, and don't ask me for any names because I'm not going to say it unless you text me, and depending on who asks me, I might not tell everybody who their name is, who I'm not happy with. Just beware that, yeah, now I know the truth of this situation. I'm very, very, very upset about it. I'm not happy at all. Not happy at all, Jose. I'm very unhappy. I'm absolutely appalled, actually. If you want me to be honest, I'm appalled. Very appalled. I don't think I'll say any more about that. I'm extremely appalled. And I do not want to be involved in such a situation like that. I am not happy about it. I am not happy at all. I am very, 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 very disappointed. Very. So, I did complain today, and if anybody knows anything about it, you know what? That's good, because it's not allowed to happen again. I would usually give people the benefit of the doubt. Obviously this time isn't to be. That's fine. Doesn't have to be, does it? I'll be making sure I'm very careful when I get some friendships, that I'm very careful of how I act around people until I'm sure that I know I can be their friend. Because I've been stumped with this situation. And do you think I'm happy? No. Of course not. Why should I be happy in the first place? Why? Anyway, it's done and dusted now. Nothing else I can do about it. Just bloody dropped a piece of onion. Oh shit. Now I have to get it out, and then I have to chuck it out because it's poisoned. Why would I want to eat poisoned food? A little bit of onion went over into the little dish equipment container, and of course I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to be making, and I know this is a bit unorthodox, but you know how people use a salad container and then they make the salad and then they put it into another plastic container? I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to cut up my stuff and specifically put it into the container, specifically. To design it for making, as a design for making wraps and sandwiches and not even having to worry about the salad. And I'm not using a salad bowl when I can just use a salad container. That's the way I see it anyway. That's just how I see it. Cut that bit of onion down a bit. Cut that. Yeah, it's the way why would I need to use a salad container when I can use a plastic container? Cut up my salads, okay, drop it all in there, and I don't need to add salad dressing to it. Some people do it, and that's up to them. It is entirely up to them. I'm not that fancy. I simply mix things together, ready for a sandwich, and if I want something, I'll add it myself. I don't really need. Oops, hang on, slippery here, something's. I don't really need a fancy salad dressing bowl and all this sort of crap to make salad. If I was going to make it for many people, I would definitely. If I was going to make salad for lots of people, you have to do that. But if I was going to make chicken and salad on bread, no. I would definitely be just using a cheap shop container and adding stuff to the container. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I do. And then I can just do what I want to do with it after that. Oh, I'm getting vegetable juice all over the ground. Yuck. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw the bits of stuff in the bin. Oh no, I've dropped a bit of bloody friggin' onion or something. A bit of tomato, sorry. I get the core bit out of this tomato and I cut the rest of the tomato up. And I chuck the core part of the tomato in the bin because I don't really want to eat it. Not really. So yeah, I don't bother using a salad bowl. I simply use a container, and I use a container to mix the salad in, and then I just leave it in that container. You know, that's all I ever do. That's all I ever do. Because then I don't need to worry about it. Drip all the juice out because I don't want corn juice everywhere. Okay. Tip it all in the container. Because that way I've got a salad thing, you know, the way I like it, and yeah, always keep my hands clean, and then I just don't worry about it. Okay, beetroot's going to be a bit difficult because do I have a beetroot container in there for the beetroot? And I need to find it first before I open up a tin of beetroot. Oh God, do I have one or not? Oh Jesus. Don't know. If I don't, oh shit. Maybe I can't find beetroot in there. A lot of tins of stuff, you know. Put that all in the sink. Oh yuck, I've got rubbish everywhere here. Okay. Alright. Throw that into the bin. So yeah, I must say that I'm beyond disappointed in the situation. I am extremely wary of people now. Some people are okay. Some people I'm like, oh, I need to be really careful. I just can't believe how, I don't know how to even say it. I do not even know how to bloody say it. I have no idea. How am I meant to say it? What am I meant to say? You know? Put the avocado over there. Oh, excuse me, I'm drinking Coke. As for Stephanie, if she's listening, I'm gonna do one more hunt around for the beetroot, see if it's in there. Anyway, if Stephanie is listening, what you do if you don't want to hear mention of people and location, it does take a lot of mucking around with Recorder HQ. It takes a lot of mucking around. You've got to get to where, don't know how you do it. You've got to go to the trim section and work out where the where the mention of what you don't want everyone to hear starts. Trim. Oh, how am I meant to say this? I don't even. You trim. What you do is you see how long the file is. Let's say it's 20 minutes long. You go to where in the recording where the location is. Let's say it's at 14 minutes into the recording, and you think, oh, I didn't want that in there. You rewind back a couple of times, so 5 seconds. You might press the rewind button 3 times. Then you'll hear something and think, oh, and then quickly pause, stop the video, check the time, and then press play and take note of the time that you've got, like, I don't know, 40 minutes and 2 seconds, right? Press play, and when you get to the end of where the mention has finished, stop the video, because that might be at 15 or 16 minutes or whatever you call it. So that's 2 minutes that you have to delete off the recording. What you want to do is, the way I do it, it's difficult but it's doable. You trim from where it says 16 minutes, you trim that to the very end, because then you'll have, hang on a minute, 16 to 20 minutes, that'll be 4 minutes. You'll trim forward, or trim it back to, how do I say it, I'm going to have to do a demonstration on Recorder HQ, I think. Anyway, the idea is you've got to trim out previously to that. Okay. You do that, and then that makes a new file. I can't find the beetroot. Okay, that makes a new file. Then you go back into your original, file that you have personal information in. And then what you've got to do is take it back to the 16 minutes, and you've got to actually, I think you go to the start of the recording to do this. You've got to trim it so that the start of your recording up to the 16-minute mark, so up to the 16-minute mark, okay, is what just happened? Ooh, hang on, something's not right. So up to the 16-minute mark, what is going on? Where's the seal? So up to the 16-minute mark on the recording, and you've got to, that's sealed together. That's stuck together. That's alright, I'll just undo it all the way down, and then I'll reseal it. Yeah, so you got to trim up toward the, I've got too much bread out. Okay, I'm putting it all back in. Yeah, you've got to trim it literally up to the 16-minute mark, and I've just ripped a big gouge out of this plastic. Okay, I'm going to seal it like that, like so. I wish to God that, okay. Anyway, you've got to, I can show you a demonstration of how I would do it, because it's difficult, but it's doable. I didn't get the sauce. Yeah, what you need to do is trim from the start of the recording up to the end, because up to where 16 minutes starts, for the mentioning of your personal details, that will cut that all out. That will cut everything out. And then you're just left with the start of your recording, so you might be left with, 15 minutes of the recording. What you do then is you're going to into merge, okay, then you merge that with your other file that you made. That's all you do. You simply merge with the other file. Oh, this is a good salad. I've just put mayonnaise on the wrap, and now I'm going to put in a bit of salad. This is going to be yummy. Nice. I want a bit of tomato there too, thank you very much. What have we got on there? Bit of onion. I don't want more onion, I want tomato. Tomato, come here. Bit of tomato. Pick up the tomato. I want some tomatoes. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, got a bit of salad on there. Now, yeah, that's all I did was make a container of salad with no dressing on it. I mean, why do you need to? And then you put your own dressing on your serving of salad. Then you don't waste any salad dressing. That's the way I see it. So yeah, you've got to actually trim the recording off the bits of recordings that you don't want. That is quite difficult, but it is doable. Yeah, it's difficult but doable. And am I going to mix the lettuce? Whatever. Yeah. Now, you get rid of the bits of the file that you don't want by trimming off the end. That's just after your bit of recording that you don't want. And then you trim off. Oh, I've got a bit of chicken bone with this. Shit, hang on. Yeah, then you've got to trim off the part of the recording before the... So if you have 2 minutes that you don't want on record, so 2 minutes of recording that you don't want, you've got to trim it before and after to make sure it all goes without actually deleting it all. This chicken. Some chickens when they're cooked are a bit stringy and a bit dry and a bit... It's still alright, but it's nice enough. You know, it's not bad. Bit of chook on the bone, and I don't like that. Oh yuck, there's a bit of bone. That's disgusting. Oh yuck. Now I need to find a bit of bone and the other bit of chook. Oh yuck. I do love chicken, don't get me wrong, but oh, bones, yuck. So yeah, you've literally got to delete bits off of the recording, which I can show you in Recorder HQ how I do it. It's basically like, imagine a piece of string, and your file is a piece of string, and the middle of the string is yuck, and you don't want the middle of the string, you just want the two ends of the string joined together. Just imagine it like that. Just imagine it like that. And you should be pretty right. happy that I've got a new way of making salad without using a salad bowl. The only time I would use a salad bowl is if a recipe called for mixing different ingredients together. Then you've got to put those ingredients with your salad in another bowl, which would be a salad bowl. And you've got to mix those together for the recipe, and then you transfer that to the container. Otherwise, you just don't worry about it. You just don't really think about it. Now.
Alert. Low battery.
Oh, low battery. What a low battery, my foot. Low battery, my ass. Anyway, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, I reckon. Now I'm making this chicken wrap. So I'm rolling it really firmly, but really gentle. And I'm bringing it towards myself onto the tray and pressing on it to make sure it stays firm. And it's a chicken wrap. Oh yes. So yeah. I deleted voice memos because now it deletes recordings too. Huh, go figure. Go bloody figure. So yeah, if you're listening, Stephanie, if there is, imagine a piece of string. The rough bit in the middle of the string is your recording that you don't want to hear. Swearing, children's names, phone number. That's a rough piece of string. You got to take the file recording, play position of the recording. It is a muck around, but you can do it. You got to trim. You got to configure the start position. Not the start position. Oh shit. Where am I looking at? I'm trying to work it out now. Start position at the end. Oh shit. You've got to configure the end position at, I'm just trying to work this out so that I don't tell you anything wrong, because I've had to trim some things out of a recording too sometimes. Luckily you won't lose the recording, you'll just get some different files, and then you've got to listen to the files to see that yes, you've got the correct file. But don't worry about that. You've got to configure let me think. I think you've got to configure the end position of the trim. So the end position, I think, anyway, you've got to configure the end position so that it sits just before, that's what I'm trying to say, just before the rough piece of string that you don't want, such as child's location and all that, right? Trim that off. The next recording that you're doing, there is a little bit of string left, but there's a rough piece and there's a smooth piece of string at the end. Imagine that. You have then got to set the start position just after where the rough piece of string ends. So a couple of minutes of rough string in your recording as a piece of string, imagine that. And then you trim that off. Once you've done that, you then go and, go into your file and merge it all together. merge both files together and don't add in the bit that you didn't want, and that's your file. I love chicken and salad wraps. I love them. Yum. I don't make any fancy salad anymore. I just mix things together, and then I do as I like with it. I add dressing to it, whatever. Oh, there's bloody bits of chicken bone in it. I hate it when I make chicken wraps and I cannot find the piece of chicken bone. Oh. There's corn, tomato, onion, lettuce, cucumber. Yum. And then I don't waste any bloody food. No. As for the situation I complained about, I'm extremely disappointed. Yummy. This is beautiful, guys. This is a simple meal. Yum. If only I had beetroot there. Yum. That would be all the nicer. And carrot. I love to have carrot. And I forgot to buy one. Yep. If I'm going to make a salad in a salad bowl, it has to be one where you've got to make, or maybe a recipe will tell you to buy a certain type of salad dressing as well as so you can make your own, and mix it together in a bowl. before transferring to a container because it's easier that way. Whereas if you're making salad and you'll serve the dressing on your serving, like your bread or your plate, then don't use a salad bowl, put it all in a container and put your own serving of salad dressing over your plate of salad. Easy peasy and a quick mess to clean. And once again, I've made a massive feed for a few bucks. Yum. So yeah, your recording, for example, Stephanie, you if you want me to, I can even trim it out for you. I can do that and send it back to you, and you can put it up on your YouTube channel. I can do all of that. The other thing, I can show you how I do it. I'll show you how I would trim a recording. It is doable. What it means is you've got to merge multiple files together. And I'm sure that you can do it. It just takes a bit of mucking around. I love chicken wraps. Better than the ones at the shops, I can tell you. I'm not going to say anything specific about anyone, but I'm now going into a bloody rant. I think it's disgusting how some people are really demanding of everyone and animals as well. Hang on. Shit. Shit. Sorry. Chicken bone. Good old chicken bone. I think some people are disgusting. I also think that